Hey, Steven, we got to figure out an intro to the podcast.
That works.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to another episode of the No Bluff MSP Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Tahir Hamed. Got my co-host here,
Stephen Badorf. I like the point.
The man himself right there.
It's me.
It's me, it's Stephen Badorf.
Consistently podcasting.
It feels so good to be consistent again.
Mm-hmm. We do it just 2 weeks in a row. We're like, God, we're so consistent. We should probably wait a little bit longer.
That's so true. Yeah, we're gonna go back to how we used to do it, which is we'd record like 4 in a day.
Yes, yeah.
We got to get back to that because that's how we really were able to stay
back
consistent.
when we were young and new podcasters.
Yes. So for those listeners, don't worry. The podcast is not slowing down. It is heating up. We got a lot coming for 2026 on the podcast, bringing the latest and greatest. Super excited about it.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of latest and greatest, so today we are going to be doing a quasi what happened in 2025, but more. What does that teach us about what we should do next year?
Yep.
And it's kind of cool because before our entire experience, both Stephen and I's experience was one MSP.
Yeah.
It was all tech services. Like we were marketing all tech. So like anything we taught on the podcast was all completely focused on one MSP.
Mm-hmm.
And what's super cool now is we have like 35 different MSPs in different, not only cities, but different countries.
Yes.
And it's just teaching us so much. And I'm really excited because we get to bring that back to you. Like anything and everything we learn, we just bring it right back. We just want to, hey, anybody, whether you're a member or not, whether you're an agency client or not, we just want to teach you. Like you've been listening to us, you've been helping us stay motivated to do this. So here, please let us help you.
Yeah. It makes it so much easier to confidently recommend things. Because before we just had to kind of, it's like, oh, SEO is working for all tech. And then we just had to kind of extrapolate and hope that's also what would happen for other places. And as we've learned, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
So now we can, I don't know, it really is more of that confidence of saying this is more likely to work for MSP than us just having a sample size of one.
Yeah. Yeah. Sample size of one. That's a great way to put it. And it seems like the more clients we get, the bigger the teams get, the more specialized we get to be per team member, and then more sample size. So it's like it's just every month things like we learn more. So we learned a lot in 2025. And so that's what we're going to kind of bring to this episode. It's like if we had to boil down what we learn into what you should be doing in 2026, that's what this is basically going to be all about. All right, cool. Anything before we get going?
Let's do it.
Let's do this. And by do this, I mean, let me take a sip of water real quick.
Directly into the microphone so everybody can hear. Yeah. Glug, glug, glug.
Can you actually hear that?
Yeah, no, it was fine.
A little bit.
Everybody just clicked off.
All right. So this is very important. This is almost different to how I used to recommend. And I think maybe because I've found success by doing all these different things that I was like, everybody should just do all these different things. But as I've seen more and more marketers in the MSP space and more, owners that are doing marketing, I'm actually realizing it's the opposite of what I used to say. I used to just be like, man, you should be doing all 15 things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is why we include all 12 different things in our campaigns. So you should do all of this. But I now realize that is not the best advice. When you're really trying to find success with marketing, particularly when you don't have a lot of help. Now, when you have more and more help, you should keep doing more channels. I think that is still absolutely the recommendation. But if it's like, man, it's just you, all right, cool. We're going to specialize in only a few key tactics to add to your strategy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really realizing that we do need to specialize on a few key tactics.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, because you're still not putting it all in, hoping for a silver bullet in one area, but you're still dialing it, like nailing down a little bit more.
Yes.
And I think it's good too, because it reflects a lot of the new campaign types we put out this year in terms of where it's a direct mail piece, like reactivation campaign, which we've done a lot of information about. Direct mail kind of as a centerpiece. And then you have emails that follow up, telemarketing scripts, and landing pages. Yep. And that's the whole campaign.
That's the whole campaign.
But
exactly.
It's hyper specialized into the ones that are going to work best for that, rather than just here's an ebook for the sake of an ebook.
Yes. If anybody's wondering why some of our campaigns have been more slim, it's not because we're getting lazy. We actually have a bigger team than ever. We work harder than ever. We're just realizing if we want someone to actually use it, we have to make it ultra simple.
Yes.
And so that's why this recommendation hits. It's more of like if you slim down the number of things you have to do, you are significantly higher to stay consistent with those things.
Yep. Makes it much more achievable.
Yep. Okay. And then so I would say no more than 4. Right? No more than 4 things. Again, as you get a bigger team, as you get ROI with marketing, you can add new channels in because every channel you add in, if you're doing it correctly, is going to bring you leads. They may not hit all the time, but they're going to hit.
Yes.
As long as you're, obviously choosing good tactics. So then let's get into that. Based on 2025, based on everything we've seen over 30 plus agency clients where we are really doing like everything for them or really helping them in tons and tons of ways. These are, especially if you don't have a lot of help, again, if you have help, advice might change quite a bit. But if you only have one marketing coordinator, you're doing it yourself, or you're the only marketing manager, or you're the salesperson doing marketing, which we're seeing more of as well. These are really the only 6 tactics you should be even considering in your 3 to 4.
Yeah, I was going to say a good note on this too is that these aren't just the first ones that we started out with and have been running forever. Like these are directly the result of tweaking strategies over time with multiple agency clients.
Yes.
And dialing in on these ones. So I think they're much more research, just being like SEO is what we're doing. And now we're just like SEO is what you should do. It's what we learned. It's
a great point what Steven just said. It's going to sound pretty familiar. The 6 we're about to go over are probably going to sound pretty familiar. You're like, yeah, you guys always talk about that.
They're going to talk about video again.
Yeah. It's like, but we're bringing more data, more evidence that this is 100% working across 30 plus agency clients in all around the world. So it's like, if you had to choose 3 of just these 6, don't choose outside of these 6. Because this is where we're seeing the ROI.
Great point.
Number 1, still SEO/GEO. That is still not number 1 as in this is the top thing you need to include. It's just like we're going over 6 that you should add to your, choose 3 to 4 of these 6. Local SEO and GEO like ChatGPT is 100% bringing in leads. They actually brought in more leads this year than 2024. So it's man, when people say SEO or dumb, when they say
SEO or dumb,
when they say SEO is dead, I'm like, you are not informed. Maybe you don't know how to do it. That's fine, but it's not dead. It's growing. And ChatGPT has actually unlocked new opportunities for leads.
Yeah, I believe we're having Genesis on next year.
We're gonna do a whole episode on GEO. Spoiler alert: good SEO is going to get you found in ChatGPT. It's going to get you found in AI overviews. There are some minor tweaks and some things you can do to increase your odds of that happening. But our clients with good SEO, high domain authority, showing up, good traffic from online search are showing up on AI.
Yeah.
Now we're pushing more into that direction, but they're showing up either way. So don't worry. You don't have to freak out. Like, I see so many people now. They're like, Geo, if we're not doing Geo, we're falling behind. It's like if you're doing
it feeds into each other.
If you're doing SEO, it is perfect. We're just finding it's perfectly feeding into ChatGPT, Gemini, AI overviews,
which is a relief for us.
Yes, it is. Cool. Moving on. Yeah, it is a relief for us. I mean, there's been some tweaks. We are hiring specific people to help with us with that on the SEO team, but like it's all good. It's great. All right, number 2, Google AdWords. If you have the budget, again. You may not have the budget right away, so this might not be in one of your 3. But if you have $2,000 to $4,000 in ad spend, not including people managing it, Google AdWords is working in market after market that we're seeing. Like market after market, we are finding, okay, Google Ads are driving real conversions. Like people searching, high intent, they need the thing. And you're showing up either in the map pack, the ad, or the organic, you are capturing some of those leads. And some of them are great. Some are like, oh, SEO leads are the worst. What? They're in market. We just got a client, a lead in Utah, 4 offices. They have 4 locations, this prospect. It's a massive lead. And they got them from SEO, right? This one was not ad specifically, but I'm just talking about search. People searching can drive big leads. It's not just these little 5 and 2. Maybe you need to refine your targeting, refine your ad campaign quite a bit. Because we did find there's a lot of that. We found a lot of that. Like an unmanaged Google AdWords campaign is not going to get you the clients you want. Like we meet weekly with the ads team.
Yeah.
And the amount of tweaks we've made in the 12 months that we've been doing is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't even imagine someone like, oh, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to like do this campaign myself.
You can snowball your budget out of control, or basically hit your budget before you've targeted any of the people you want to be talking to.
And like, yeah, I know you're getting a lot of computer repair, even though, hey, wait, computer repair is a negative keyword. I know, but there's so much more than that. Like it gets really complicated. I'm not even an expert at that. We're going to get our AdWords specialists on the podcast too, where they can really kind of dig in deep to teach us on this. All right, cool. So number 1, local SEO/GEO. Number 2, Google AdWords, if you have the budget. Number 3, social media, specifically your personal LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the marketer, the salesperson, the owner, personal LinkedIn is driving an ROI if done properly.
Yeah, that hasn't changed in a while, which has been good. I know it used to be just organization LinkedIn used to be strong as well, and then they kind of nerfed that entire thing. But personal still is working as far as you can tell.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's good.
Now it does require being very active, right? Mm-hmm. We have about 70 social media management clients. Some of them are actually not posting at all themselves, and they've gotten leads from our 3 times a week organic personal LinkedIn posting we're doing for them. But we also recommend like do your own content. Like what makes you, right? What are your opinions? What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
That does tend to drive more results than just like us posting. Seems obvious, but sometimes people want to just like offload all of their social media. It's like, yeah, just do it for me. It's like, it's really hard to offload 100% of it. Like
without being you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like our social media management service is more of like to augment what somebody's doing, right? We're gonna make sure that posts are consistently going out, but we need your input too. So whoever's listening to this, whether you have someone posting on your social media to help you, or it's just you, that's why it can only be 3 tactics, right? Because if you're really gonna go in on social media, specifically like LinkedIn personal, then you really need to take the time and effort to consistently create content that's going to inform and educate your target market. You need to be actively adding people in your area. I know I've told this story a few times, but it's true. When I first started, my first few weeks, all I did was went on LinkedIn and added anybody with owner, manager, vice president, blah, 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 in Lakeland. If they had that title, every week I'd just be hitting them, connect. And then like my LinkedIn really popped off early in all tech because like I put all that effort in to find the right people and connected with them so they'd see my content. Any thoughts on that?
No, nailed it.
All right, cool.
I mean, I think it's a great point too, in terms of like supplementing personal content with social media management specifically, just because if you're focusing on those 2 off days, because social media management at this point is 3 days a week usually managed. So being able to focus on the content for 2 days is easier than seeing a blank timeline and then having to create something for everyone.
That's a good point. Kind of gets some momentum going. Next up, direct mail. I know people they're afraid of direct mail. They tried it a couple times. It didn't work, but we've got hundreds of members, and the ones that are consistently have that dream 100 list of people they want to work with, and they're hitting them month after month with physical things that put in somebody's hand, they're getting an ROI from it. But it does require being consistent. So like if you're going to add this as one of the tactics within your strategy that you're doing next year, it's got to be every month. It's got to be every month of 2026, if not multiple times a month. And you have to really curate that list. It can't just be like, hey, I'm pulling a list of 700 people.
Yes.
And I don't even know if this is their actual names or if they're even in Lakeland or whatever. I'm just going to start sending them out. That's not good. Like you really want to be like, okay, these are the 200 people in my market. I've seen them before. Like I know I want to work with this business. I know that takes more effort.
Yeah.
But if this is only one of the 3 things you're doing, great. Then you can put that effort in now. It doesn't seem so overwhelming. If you had 12 things and this is one of them, you're not going to go through that extra effort. But again, going back to the first thing we said, if you specialize to just a few, then it becomes a lot more reasonable to get that dream 100, 200, 500. Now that person that you do want to get in a hold of is getting your physical thing.
Yeah, direct mail always elicits a reaction too. I mean, when we get sent, we'll send our own stuff to test it out. And whenever it returns, we're like, oh yeah, we flipped through it. Awesome. And just having a physical thing to hold. We've talked about it before.
And like Alltech sending us the Christmas card. Like I I'm one of their customers, but I was a prospect like, oh, this is cool. I just got a thing. Like this year, I think the only Christmas card I got this year was from my landlord and Alltech.
Yeah.
I know so many people. right? Maybe not that well, I guess. And like, it's like physical things.
I got a ton of Christmas cards.
All I get in the mail are invoices. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I get invoice. So when I get something with color and personality,
breaks through the noise.
It does. And in the world of AI, like people are like, oh, direct mail is so 90s. Everything has cycles, and I'm really of the mind and of the heart that direct mail is going to be coming back and strong. And one, it's already working. We saw that in 2025. But I think it's only going to work more, as I mentioned this in the last podcast, but it's everything, especially with AI, in the digital world, it's harder to understand what's real and what's not.
I like how you kind of delivered that like AI with the digital landscape in the digital world.
Oh my God. I'm reading too much. That's because everything you read is fucking AI.
No, yeah, the oversaturation of it is going to cause probably a swoop in the other direction. Yeah.
So building things in the real world, it's only going to mean more. And so, next year we have a ton of really interesting creative direct mail pieces to come out. All right, cool. So those are the 4 so far. We got 2 more: local SEO, GEO, Google AdWords, social media, direct mail. Next up, video. Now I know what you're thinking, like, well, videos, it's going to post on social media. You can use video on my website. Like, video is multifaceted, correct? But like, if video is going to be in one of your tactics, like, really do video. Like, get a video intern. Do at least a video a week, if not 2. Like, and then distribute that video. B2B marketing, video is almost marketing. Like in 2025, it's like the people using video have the edge over the people not using video.
Yep.
I mean, I've just seen it time and time again. And the ads and the organic and the communicating on their website to make the sale. For instance, Melissa, something Stephen and Melissa just did today. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. We're doing this as well, really trying to double down on video ourselves. I mean, we're always recommending it. So if we're recommending it, we might as well, do the same thing because there's a reason we are. We started doing, firstly, fireside chat overviews after a fireside chat is done, where Melissa kind of talks over what's going on in that chat, what we covered, kind of the tidbits to focus on there, as well as linking to the past recording. But the one that I've been more excited about is, especially in the new year, one's going out. Well, whatever date I say isn't going to reflect this podcast, I assume. But
I just say whatever.
Okay.
It's on
Friday.
On Fridays.
But yeah, we have a content spotlight drop essentially where she talks over. I pick out 1 or 2 main content pieces to spotlight for the week. She jumps on camera. It's a quick 1 to 2 minute video, nothing too overproduced or anything, but we just jump on, talk about it, and it'll also be a forum post, but just having that video element to it as well, going out on social media, going out on the forum, that sort of thing. I mean, I like to believe it, but as the same as direct mail, I feel like it does break through noise. And it also gets people to know Melissa, who, as our community manager, I mean, you want to see the face of the community manager. And I think that's something we've been doing well recently, and I hope we can continue to do better next year, is just showing our team in everything. Because I think all of us like to jump on video at this point. We like to act in the live action stuff. So
that's great.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's one of our core tactics. And, it's obviously a big investment of time and money, but we're already seeing an ROI on it. And it's not all about ROI, right? Like engaging current members, that has its own ROI. A lot of businesses might be like, well, that's not ROI. It is ROI. Like, if you're keeping the people who like you, know, and trust you engaged with you, video is a great way to do it.
Yes.
And to me, that is a direct ROI, but also new members are coming in from it. So yeah, I mean, just an example of a thing that every community does where it's like, here's all the stuff coming up, or here's all the content. Well, let's just add that video in too, so you can also get to know the person behind those updates.
And it really is. I mean, the initial thought, like, even with us, a content company, it's like, oh, it'd be easy just to post out on the forum what's coming out and put the links in. But by forcing ourselves to do this extra step, like, I really do think it will make a difference. And it's fun. I mean, I don't know.
Just being intentional. So much
engaging the community.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I agree.
Yes. The whole podcast in that voice now.
Engage everyone. See? All right, cool. Last one up is cold calling. Obviously hard. Obviously time intensive. Can seem inefficient. But cold calling definitely still works in 2025. We saw it book a lot of appointments for clients. We do not do cold calling, to be clear. That is not one of our agency services. Really, outbound in general is not one of our agency services. We are all about inbound. We want to build a magnet. But outbound, absolutely is effective. So this is more us reporting on things that our clients are doing outside of what they're doing with us.
It's a good point. I mean, we're specializing in our areas too. We're not just doing cold calling half-assed.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. I'm all about high intent search. Now we do ads like Meta, because that is, if somebody came in through that, we want to stay in front of them. Meta is a great inexpensive way to do that. Yes. So yeah, cold calling definitely is working in 2025. I will say a little caveat on this one. Definitely going to work in 2026. I don't know if it's going to work in 2027. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not just when I look at the landscape.
The digital landscape.
Do not in today's digital cold calling landscape.
Good.
I don't know. I don't answer my phone. I know connections are going down for sure. And again, AI is one of the greatest things to ever occur. It's gonna solve massive problems. It's already helping our business massively, but there are going to be some negative externalities of AI. And there's already more and more of these AI calls that are occurring. People their trust factor for these things are already going down.
Gotcha.
They're getting busier, like especially if we move into a little bit of a rougher economy, people are going to have to be doing more with less people, right? Or more with the same amount of people. They don't want to be answering the phone for someone they don't know. So like these screening tools are getting better. Like just on my iPhone now, the new feature that just got rolled out where if you don't know the number, it just automatically blocks them unless they give you a legit reason. That kind of stuff is only going to come more and more to the enterprise. Like I'm very sure of it. Same with email. Cold emailing absolutely works, but man, spam filtering is getting better and better. And as AI can write more and more email, AI is going to be able to filter it better and better. So I do think, hey, next year, this is probably going to be a great tactic, still going to work. I think going into 2027, 2028, a lot of these traditional outbound methods are not going to be nearly as effective. Just an opinion. We'll circle back in 2 years and let you know.
We're betting hard on direct mail too. So
yeah, I mean, that's how you get it in the hands, real things in people's hands. So long story short, definitely worked in 2025. We'll be reporting next year to let you know how it goes. But yeah, that is definitely, if you're going to have 3 tactics, these are the 6 you should consider, and then add 3 in. Cold calling could definitely be one of those tactics to get you consistent leads. Cool. So just quick review before we move on to the last 3 things. Local SEO/GEO, Google AdWords, social media, specifically personal LinkedIn, direct mail, mailers, physical things, video, and cold calling. Those 6 are kind of what we found this year to be the highest hitters.
Yep.
I know there's been a lot of niche things like LinkedIn automations and like, LinkedIn ads. And like, there's been all these different tactics that people talk about to try and get you excited, and they do work. But if I had to boil down to like the 6 just highest value ROI things that we've seen this year, it's that. I mean, it is that. And we have, as Steven mentioned, just a larger sample size to bring this data to you.
No, I agree with all this.
Cool. All right. We're going to kind of fly through the next
speed round.
Yeah. I mean, these aren't, that's kind of the meat of the episode. The rest are like a couple other things that we just want to make sure we hit on that you should focus on in 2026 to be successful. One is get connected with other MSPs that are growing and focused on growth. That is so important. It is like it's like a fucking whirlpool. A lot of times in our industry where we want to talk about growth and we're like growth, and then like the whirlpool of like tech stack and tools
and stuff, it
all just sucks us into this whirlpool of like channel wants to talk about this
until you're not even thinking about growth as much anymore.
That's what happens over and over. And then I'm like, hey, why aren't you using why aren't you doing like, I just get so busy. I'm like, you got a team of 10 people. What's going on? Why?
Was this your experience with our peer group, like back in Alltech?
Yeah. Well, no. It's the opposite, because when Tom hired me, I was so focused on growth that everyone else was like, I would not. When people started talking about anything else, I was like, all right, how did that help you grow?
Gotcha. But beforehand, it was very much.
And they were all stagnant. And then it was like, as a peer group, we all got focused on growth. We all of us.
This is the symbol of growth.
Like, this is the growth symbol.
It flies away
to the sky, to like a fucking rocket ship. And that was it. We as a team, as a group said, we are going to focus on growth. And that was, I think, the number one catalyst for us growing as fast as we did, because we had a growth-centered group of humans.
Yeah.
But you have to be active in finding that, right? There's lots of ways to do that. Obviously MSP Camp has grow groups. It's literally in the name. That's why we didn't call it peer groups.
Yeah.
No,
True.
we're in here to grow. That's the only reason we're in here. Melissa's been joining those now. One of the things I told her is like, if we get off track and we're not talking about growth, bring it right back. Marketing, sales, account management. That's it. I love that at ScaleCon, someone's like, hey, growth can really impact operations. Are we ever going to have any tracks around operations as we're growing to help us grow? And I think it was Dan. I'm pretty sure it was Dan. It was beautiful. Dan.
Denver, right?
Yeah. It was beautiful. I think he said it's not called Operations Con.
I think I did. Was that during the town hall?
Town hall. And I'm like, that's my people. Like, I get it. Trust me. I get it right now in MSP Camp. We've got tons of operational challenges from growth.
Yeah.
Great. I'd rather be growing and having those challenges than stop growing and have those challenges. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is going to happen. But like getting surrounded by humans that are all focused on growth. So we're checking in every quarter. How much did you grow?
Yep.
You need that. You need that in your life. You need that in your business. 100%.
That accountability for it. Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
Yep. And if it's like, I don't have time. It's like, dude, you got employees. Like that person will be focused on bringing you the latest security stuff you guys need to implement. It doesn't always need to be you. You do need to be focused. Again, if I'm talking to the owner here, I know a couple different personas. Listen, obviously for the marketing salesperson, you're already being focused on growth. So yeah, just double, triple down. All right, cool. Anything on that for next one?
No, keep it moving.
Next one, try not to focus on external factors that you can't control, such as the economy. I think this is a limiting factor. I get it. I'm 33. I've not really lived through a big recession. Like I know, obviously 2008, I was around, but like
you were hanging out.
High school,
I was 8.
Yeah. We did lose our house.
Dang.
Yeah. But again, I was in high school, so we just moved to a shitty house. I was like, oh, this is fine. Like, I didn't really care. I was like, I still have a TV, but it is kind of funny looking back. It's like, yeah, I guess it was hitting us pretty hard. But no, I've never been in a working environment during a recession. So, take this with a grain of salt. But I have had a shitload of external factors occur in my life and occur to me and occur to my family. And I've never let that impact my ability to fucking push forward. And I see it a lot, not just with this industry, with employees, with business owners of all different industries. Some people so quickly look at, well, this has occurred to me, or the economy's rough, or my industry this, or whatever it might be. They'll look at external factors and it impacts their ability to stay focused on growing the business. And they let those external factors be excuses for success. So if there's one advice I can give you in 2026, don't let that happen to you. If we get into a recession, great. You still need to grow. Like, don't think about that's going to impact me. I can, take it easy, or
because the goal stays the same.
Yeah, the goal stays the same. So yeah, it can't be like, oh, I'm going to just save all my money because I don't know where we're at. No, grow, push.
There's no waiting for the perfect moment. It's just like growth has to be the consistent through line.
Going back to our episode last year, time in the marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Time in the marketing beats timing the marketing. All right, cool. Last one. Ready? This is kind of the same as the last two, but I just got to put it here because obviously growth-centered groups, but this is put growth as the number one priority every time. Maybe not every time, but 98% of the times when I've seen an MSP truly say growth is my number one priority in the business. Mm-hmm. They grow every time, bar none. 98%. All right, every time except for the 2%. Yeah. I mean, it's just so true. Like Tom made a commitment. He was stuck at 800K. He was just stuck there. And he finally said, I am committing that growth is my number one thing. He hired me. We joined this peer group, this growth center peer group, and we just started growing. There wasn't a month that we weren't bigger than the month before. There wasn't a month. And it's because that was the number one priority. So when we prioritize next year, no matter what your role is, the top of that pyramid has to be growth. It has to be growing the business because there is a billion distractions pulling us in all of these different directions. And we have to say no to a lot of those to say yes to growth.
Yep.
There's no way else really to put it except that. I mean, we just have to put it as number one. And a couple of key things here. I know it can be difficult in the MSP space because there's always a new threat to worry about or a new tool. But that's what you have a team for. Now, if you're somebody listening to this and you don't have a team, great. Then yes, growth 100% better be number 1, 2, and 3 priority because you do need a team.
Yes.
To scale your business, you have to have a team. Like we would not be where we're at today at MSP.
No way.
If I didn't have Steven, if I didn't have Genesis, like if I didn't have Matt, if I didn't have the team, we would not be where we're at. And I can assure you with so much conviction, it's insane.
99%.
99.5%. Like where we're at today is light years better in every single imaginable way than when me and Steven were back to back in that shitty little hot office.
Yeah.
It was hot because our backs were touching.
Yes. I do miss those days.
But yeah, I mean, they got a nice nostalgia to it, but man.
No, I mean, absolutely.
A million times out of a million times am I going to take the situation we're in today than back then.
But yeah, I mean, we didn't have the privilege to be able to talk about all these tools and stuff because we couldn't focus on anything else other than getting the content out.
Yeah.
We didn't have the specialization. Yeah. And like you're saying, I mean, having people to focus or specialize in each key area, I mean, if the two of us were doing SEO, it'd be a dumpster fire. But we had somebody focused on SEO, focused 100%. On all these things, and then we're able to specialize in what we're strong at.
I mean, if I wasn't able to get a director of operations, we'd continue to be a dumpster fire. Like when I was kind of running the agency, like not like it was a dumpster fire, but like just way more stressful. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I'm going to deal with this stress. I'm going to spend so much time on operations. I'm going to spend so much time on process. But I never took sight of the fact of growth because that's what's going to get me the agency director. That can take that off my plate.
Your core role is going to suffer because you're having your attention pulled by the distractors, like you mentioned earlier.
Yep. So, but that's what you have a team for. Going back to why I said that, include it in their scorecard, continuing education. So you can continue to focus on shaking hands and kissing babies because your number one priority is growth. It is not the whirlpool trying to suck you in.
Nice.
All right, cool. So I think that's basically the gist of what you should focus on in 2026. And if you've seen success with marketing 2025, which I pray you do, great. Double down. Like, let's keep going. If you haven't, it might be that you've been trying to spread yourself too thin, or you have not committed priority as number one, or you do not have a growth-centered group that is keeping you accountable to growth. So who else is bothering you? Hey, you make a pretty good money, you make a pretty good living, you know, you have a couple employees, you know, why go to the next level? You got to go to the next level. You got to go to the next level. Like if you listen to this podcast, you know you got to go to the next level. So this is the year to really...
Yes, we're in too deep to not be going to the next level.
We're in too deep. Like this is the year to commit to yourself, commit to your business, commit to your family, commit to your employees. Because employees want to be part of a growing business. That's just the truth. That it's time to commit to growth. Awesome, y'all. Anything else before we wrap up, Steven?
I think we've said growth enough. I think we're ready to wrap up.
Like it's a... All right. That was probably took it to the next level.
That was awesome.
We need to have a grow button. What do we have over here?
It's just you saying growth. Ooh, tweeting.
Oh. That's what we're going to end 2025 on. Yeah.
I really hope this isn't coming through.
Really well. Got some leads for clients. And then we sell. Gonna have a great year next year.
Wow.
Because we're gonna focus on the 3 things that are gonna bring us money. And
all
we're
right.
Back. Me and Steven, being
Let's
consistent.
Go. Growth.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Again.
Growth. Growth. I really hope that's just acapella with no backing track.
No, we already verified this comes through.
Oh. Then we should do it again, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Listeners are like, please. No. All right, cool. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Great year in 2025. Great year next year. Let's all kill it together.
Get your bag.
Get your bag. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.